Hello friends, today we are going to read Mango, Abuela, and Me, written by Meg Medina and illustrated by Angela Dominguez. Again, today I really want you to think about inferencing, like what hints in the story are you finding, and also making connections to the book. How does this book and your life connect? Because then you can understand more about the book when you make a connection. She comes to us in winter, leaving behind her country, her sunny house that rested between two snaking rivers. Her old place was too much for just one, Mommy tells us, as we make room in my dresser for her clothes, and too far away for us to help, Poppy adds. Abuela belongs with us now, Mia, but I still feel shy when I meet this faraway grandmother. Pin pan pun. Poppy unfolds Abuela's bed and slides it right next to mine. You will get to know each other, he says. But when I show Abuela my new book, she can't unlock the English words. We can only look at the pictures and watch Edmund race on his wheel. Then just before we turn out the light, she pulls out two things tucked inside the satin pocket of her suitcase. This must be Edmund, her hamster. And it appears that Abuela cannot speak English. And Abuela is Spanish for grandma. A feather, una pluma, from a wild parrot that rested in her mango trees, and a snapshot, una fotografia, of a young man with Poppy's smile. Tu abuelo, she says, climbing into bed. Snuggled in my pajamas, I smell flowers in her hair, sugar and cinnamon baked into her skin. That night, I dream of a red bird circling in the sky. So that must be the grandfather that is not alive anymore. So what's happened so far in the story, friends? The rest of the winter, while Mommy and Poppy are at work, Abuela waits for me to get home from school. Then we bundle up in thick socks and handmade sweaters to walk to the park and toss bread to the sparrows. My Espanol is not good enough to tell her the things an abuela should know, like how I am very best in art and how I can run so fast as the boys. So if you're looking at please look at the illustration, and what can you inference on the abuela's face? Does she look happy? Does she look sad? Why do you think she feels that way? Remember, she doesn't know English. And the little girl only knows English. And her English is too poquito, which means little, to tell me all the stories I want to know about Abuelo and the rivers that ran right outside their door. With our mouths as empty as our bread baskets, we walk back home and watch TV. Abuelo and I can't understand each other, I whispered to Mommy. Things will get better, Mommy says. Remember how it was with Kim? Kim is my best friend at school. When she was new, our whole class helped each other teach her English words. Now Miss Wilson sometimes has to say, please be quiet, girls. Others are working. So if you're looking at the illustrations, what can you inference about her face? And what can you inference in that illustration? After school the next day, while Abuela and I are making meat pies for our snack, I pretend I am Miss Wilson. Dough, I say, pointing to the ball. Abuela says, dough, masa, and rolls it flat. Masa, I say. She drops a spoonful of meat in place. Carne, I said. Meat, pasas, raisins, aceite, oil. So they're teaching each other English and Spanish words. What can you inference about these illustrations and what's happening in the story? How are things changing? Then I remember the word cards we taped in our classroom to help Kim. So while Abuela fries our empanadas, I put up word cards too until everything is covered, even Edmund. Soon we are playing oi oi dee, hear and say, all around the house. But that night she still calls my pillow a palo, and she says Edmund is a gangsta hunkster. Well, we'll keep practicing, I whisper. But the next day I cannot practice with Abuela after all. Edmund has run out of his favorite seeds, so Mommy and I have to ride the bus downtown to buy more. Sometimes there are kittens sleeping in the pet shop window. But when we arrive this time, something even better is behind the glass. Wonder what it could be. What are your predictions? Oh. Look, I say. The window has become a jungle filled with birds, and right in the middle is a parrot staring at the black bean eyes. I press my nose to the glass, thinking of the red feather Abuela gave me. Let's buy him, I tell Mommy. But Mia, you already have Edmund, Mommy says. Oh, not for me, I say, for Abuela, like the parrot that lived in her mango trees. He can keep her company, and when I'm at school. When we bring him home to Abuela, she says, "Un loro, a parrot." We name him Mango because his wings are green, orange, and gold like the fruit. During the day, Abuela teaches him how to give beaky kisses and how to bob his head when he sings Los Politos to him. Buenos tardes, Mango, Abuela says, opening his cage door when I get home from school. Good afternoon, I say, and I give him a seed. Soon Mango calls to me even before we open his cage. Buenos tardes, he says when I open the door. Good afternoon. Abuelo, Mango, and I practice our new words every day. Mi Espanol gets faster, and Abuela and Mango learn the days of the week, all the months of the year, and the names of coins. How did he learn all that? Papi asks when we show him all that Mango can do. Abuela winks at me and gives Mango a piece of banana peel and practice. Practice, she says. Can't get the words. Before long, Abuela asked me how to say harder things too, so she can talk with the neighbors who stop by. Has the mailman come? It is chilly today. Can I get you some cookies and lemonade? Soon, when friends stop by to see Mango's latest tricks, they can understand everything Abuela says. But best of all, now when Abuela and I are lying next to each other in our beds, our mouths are full of things I can tell her about my buen dia and show her my best pictures of Mango. Abuela reads my favorite book with only a little help and tells me new stories about Abuelo, who could dive for river stones with a single breath and weave a roof out of palms. I draw pictures of her for her. She still misses their old house, she says, but now only a little bit. Mango listens to us from his perch until my eyes grow heavy. Hasta mañana, Abuela, I say. Abuela kisses me. Good night, Mia. Hasta mañana. Good night, Mango calls. And we soon all fall asleep.